We're spotlighting the Sun City Center Community Association Board of Directors race, and today we'll be talking with John Nelson. John Woody Nelson. John, good to see you.
Good to see you, Bill.
I've known John for some period of years, and it's always been John, but I find out that as a young person and through part of your career, you were called Woody and you're going back to it.
I am returning to my name, Woody. I grew up with that nickname. I went to high school with it, and I went to college with it, and I just thought, I'm going through a transformation right now in my life, and I am simply going to go back and become Woody again, because I like Woody.
Well, you know, there's an awful lot of us here at Sun City Center going through transformations. John, why would you want to be on the board of directors of this association now that you're in retirement? Why would you want to spend, you're almost looking at another full-time job.
I understand that, Bill, and I think that's an excellent question. I really feel that I have been retired now about 12 years, and I feel I owe something to this community. I've lived here for 4 years. I've watched things occur. I like some things, and there's some things I don't like so much. I have been president of Toastmaster International Club that Bill has started here in Sun City Center, and I'm so proud of that. I have also been president of the softball club here in Sun City, and I feel it is time at this point in my life to take those management skills, those experiences that I've had for 35 years, that education that I have had, and begin to put it to better use. And I think that the Sun City Community Association is the place for that at this moment in my life.
John, you were talking about skills that you bring from your previous occupations. You were one of the world's premier health organizations, were you not?
Yes, I was. I worked for 34 years for the Centers for Disease Control out of Atlanta, Georgia. I also worked for the State Department's Agency for International Development, and I worked as a consultant with the World Health Organization out of Geneva, Switzerland.
So it sounds like you've got a lot of educational background and experience in business to bring to the board.
I have that experience, and I believe I have a lot of board experience. Ever since my high school days, I was on the student council.
You remember that far back, really?
Oh, I remember that. I was still Woody back at that time. And he left Woody to the student council of Cathedral Prep High School.
You know, that's really the sad part. Most of us do remember back at that sad time. It was the yesterday that we can't remember.
It was a moment in my life that I certainly enjoyed. And as my children grew up, I moved to positions of school board directors. I moved to positions of athletic directors, and as time went on, and I worked in Africa for 13 years, I was a member of numerous boards of countries and conglomerates of countries representing health international, Rotary clubs, other places like that in Africa.
Well, it seemed to me you have a lot of experience with people of different cultures, and certainly here in Sun City Center, we've got people coming and living here, and will in the future coming from a lot of different places.
I think that the cultural issue is one of the things that really excites me about Sun City. When I moved here to Sun City, I saw three things that I truly, truly admired. The first thing was the lifestyle. The lifestyle here is just absolutely incredible. 200 clubs, no matter what you want to do, you have it. I really enjoy the environment. You can be active, you can be inactive, you can sit at a table, or you can go out and play softball, and you're all welcome to come and join that club.
Recruiting for the softball team?
Recruiting already, absolutely. But the one thing in particular that I just found to be so admirable was the volunteering effort of our community. I have never, ever seen anything like we have here. And I think it's what makes us different from a lot of retirement communities where people simply go to live, spend out the rest of their days. Here, people are actively involved in helping each other, and I also want to be a bigger part of that.
I think it's fabulous because, as you mentioned, in volunteerism, we have the largest volunteer emergency squad in the world here. We have one of the largest, if not the largest, security patrol that's all volunteer here. So you're right, volunteerism is very important. I would hope if you were a member of the board of directors that you would promote that.
I think that we are we talk about culture, we talk about age groups. Sun City Center, in my estimation, is beginning to change. And this volunteerism that we have and have had for the last 20 or 30 years, I began to see waning a little bit. And I don't believe it's the people on the sidelines. I don't blame them. I don't blame the people that aren't volunteering. You know what I blame, Bill?
I'm anxious to hear it.
I blame the system. I don't think the system recognizes, respects, and awards volunteering enough. And I think we have got to bring that to the forefront so people feel like they are contributing, but they're also being recognized and respected for it.
It's amazing what people will do for a thank you. It really is.
Or simply asking them, please contribute your time. Thank you very much. You're absolutely right in finding ways of recognizing those people, because I do believe those people on the sidelines, many of them, 9 out of 10 I would say, are willing to do it if simply asked and simply not necessarily highly respected, but recognized and not criticized by everything act that they do.
There was a lot of divisiveness on the board there for a while, and I would hope, I've seen you with your positive attitude, and I love positive attitude myself. I hope that that's something you would bring to the board.
I intend to bring this. You're right. I'm a positive thinker. I believe in only good. You will never, ever hear me talk, if I'm elected to the board, of gloom and doom. Because I believe every situation I come across, whether it be in a business life or it be in my personal life or in my social life, is an opportunity for win-win. And it is there all the time, and I think we should start with our similarities and not always begin with our differences.
And that makes a lot of difference. John, take a few seconds to talk with the people out there and tell them whatever you want to tell them before we end this interview.
Thank you, Bill. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel that at this time in my life, I have an opportunity to bring something to this community. I know it's difficult. I know that there are issues in front of us, but I truly believe in what we do, in the values of our community, in the people in our community. Do you know the greatest resource in our community? The greatest resource is not the money, and it's not the infrastructure, it's the people. And that is why I'm running, because I want to bring people to the forefront. And that's what our community is about.
Well, John, thank you for taking time to be on Spotlight with me. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll do some more Spotlights. Welcome to come back and take a look at all of them. We hope to do all of the clubs along the way. Thank you for being with us. And John, again, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.